Hello, my friend. I'm so happy to have you with me for a new story. Take a deep breath, relax, forget about everything for a moment, and get ready for an amazing journey through history. Today, we are going to meet a very special girl. A girl who faced a world full of darkness and silence, but never stopped searching for a way to understand it. Her name was Helen Keller. Imagine being a little child. You open your eyes, but you cannot see the world around you. You hear nothing. You cannot hear your mother's voice. You cannot hear music. You cannot easily tell people what you want. For most people, that would feel impossible. But Helen Keller was not an ordinary child. Her story began in 1880 in Alabama, USA. Helen was born as a healthy and happy baby. She loved her family. She loved exploring the world around her. She laughed. She played. She learned new things every day. But when Helen was only 19 months old, something terrible happened. She became very sick. She had a high fever. For several days, her family was afraid she might die. Then suddenly, the fever disappeared. Helen survived. Her family was very happy. But they soon discovered something heartbreaking. Helen could no longer see, and she could no longer hear. Her world became dark and silent, yet Helen was still a young child. She did not understand what had happened. She wanted to communicate with her family. She wanted to tell them what she needed, but she had no way to speak to them. So she became frustrated. Sometimes she cried. Sometimes she became angry. Sometimes she broke things around the house. Her family loved her deeply, but they did not know how to help her. As the years passed, Helen became more curious. She wanted to understand everything around her. She created simple signs with her family. She could tell them when she wanted food. She could ask for certain things. But it was never enough. Helen wanted something more. She wanted language. She wanted to understand the world. Her parents knew they needed help. They searched for someone who could teach their daughter. Then, in 1887, a young teacher arrived at their home. Her name was Anne Sullivan, and was only 20 years old. She had problems with her own eyesight when she was younger, but she had learned to read and write, and she believed Helen could learn too. When Anne first met Helen, she did not see a hopeless child. She saw a brilliant mind trapped behind a wall of silence, and knew the road ahead would not be easy. Helen was strong-willed. She did not like being told what to do, but Anne was patient. She refused to give up. She began teaching Helen words by spelling letters into her hand. At first, Helen did not understand, and would take an object, then spell its name into Helen's palm. Again, and again, and again. Helen copied the movements, but she did not yet understand that the movements had meaning. Then one day, everything changed, and took Helen outside. They stopped beside a water pump. Cool water began flowing over Helen's hand, and quickly spelled the word into her palm. Water. Helen suddenly became very still. Something clicked inside her mind. The movements were not just movements. They were a word. The word meant the thing flowing over her hand. Water. For the first time, Helen understood that everything had a name. She became excited. She pointed at different things. She wanted to know their names. She ran from one object to another, and impatiently spelled each word into her hand. That single moment opened a new world for Helen. The darkness around her was still there. The silence was still there. But now, she had a way to understand. and her incredible journey was only beginning. After that incredible moment at the water pump, Helen wanted to learn everything. She touched objects around the house and spelled their names into her hand. Helen quickly learned words like book, doll, mother, father, water, and bread. Every new word was like a tiny light turning on inside her mind. But learning was not always easy. Helen became impatient when she could not understand something. Sometimes she became angry. Sometimes she cried. But Anne never gave up on her. She knew that Helen was intelligent. She only needed the right way to learn. Day after day, Anne taught her. Helen learned to communicate with her family. She learned how to read using special raised letters. Later, she learned to write. But Helen wanted even more. She wanted to speak. She knew she could not hear the sounds around her, but she wanted to make sounds herself, and took her to a teacher named Sarah Fuller. Sarah helped Helen learn how to move her lips and tongue. Helen placed her fingers on Sarah's face so she could feel the movements. Then Helen tried to copy them. It was extremely difficult. Her first spoken words were not perfect, but she did not care. Every small sound was a victory. She practiced again, and again, and again. Helen understood something important. She did not have to be perfect. She only had to keep trying. As Helen grew older, her world became bigger. She began reading many books. She loved stories. She loved learning about history, science, nature, and other people. Her mind seemed to have no limits. Then she faced another great challenge. She wanted to go to college. At that time, college was difficult for many women. For Helen, it was even harder. She could not see the books normally. She could not hear the lectures. But Helen had already learned not to accept the word impossible. She studied for hours every day, and stayed beside her and helped her understand the lessons. Helen worked harder than almost everyone around her. In 1900, she entered Radcliffe College. The road was difficult. She had to read huge amounts of material. She had to take exams. She had to study subjects that were not easy to learn through touch. Sometimes she became exhausted. Sometimes she felt lonely. But she continued. In 1904, Helen Keller graduated from Radcliffe College. She became the first deafblind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. It was an extraordinary achievement. But Helen did not stop there. She realized that her story could help other people. She began writing books. She gave speeches. She traveled to different countries. She met presidents, teachers, students, and ordinary families. Everywhere she went, she spoke about education and the rights of people with disabilities. People listened to her because she did not speak from a place of pity. She spoke with strength. She told people that a disability did not mean a person had no future. She believed that every human being deserved the chance to learn, work, and live with dignity. Helen also became a close friend of Anne Sullivan, and had been more than her teacher. She had been Helen's bridge to the world. Together, they traveled for many years. Helen would touch Anne's hand or face to communicate, and would help her understand what people were saying. Their friendship became one of the most remarkable partnerships in history. But Helen's life was not perfect. She faced criticism. She faced difficult moments. She sometimes felt tired and discouraged. Yet whenever life became difficult, she remembered the lesson she had learned beside that water pump. A word could open a door. Knowledge could open another, and courage could open even more. Helen Keller became a symbol of hope for millions of people. Her story showed the world that limitations do not always decide what a person can achieve. She could not see the world with her eyes. She could not hear it with her ears. But she experienced it through touch, language, imagination, and an incredibly strong spirit. And perhaps that is the most beautiful part of her story. Helen did not wait for the world to become easier. She learned how to move forward in the world she had. She once wrote about life as a great adventure, and she lived that idea. She proved that courage can be stronger than fear, that patience can be stronger than difficulty, and that one person can inspire millions. So, my friend, when something feels impossible in your life, remember Helen Keller. Remember the little girl who stood beside a water pump, a girl who could not see, a girl who could not hear, but who suddenly discovered the power of a single word. That word opened her world, and her story continues to open the hearts of people around the world today. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope it gave you a little courage, a little hope, and maybe a reason to keep going. See you in the next story. Goodbye.